Hello, my name's Maya. Welcome back to, holy shit, I forgot the name of my channel. Welcome back to the Baradin. Yeah, an apartment 222. Yeah, sorry. Give me a minute. Anyway, I am gonna just jump right in. There's no format, there's no way to do this in my mind. I don't have it like laid out like in my last videos. You'll see that I was using notes. There's no that, alright? Side note, I recently cleaned out my creative TV stand. It's right behind the camera, and the entire top shelf was so cluttered. All of my jewelry was matted together in balls of knots. It was awful. And so I cleaned all of that, and I got the urge, because I haven't been making jewelry lately because it's been so fucked that I haven't, like, every time I open it, I'm like, well, maybe another day. And then I open it another day, I'm like, no, in another day, because it was messed up. And so I cleaned it, and I just got the urge to make something. But like, I always made things because like, just like for the fun of it, not because like to make it for a specific purpose. And whenever I did make something specifically for myself, it would always break or fall apart. And then it's hilarious because like my favorite pieces, the ones that I have right now on the table, I'll take B-roll of it after, or probably partway through when I get started sketching. Anyways, these main pieces I never wear myself because I had the intention of selling them. And so my best pieces that I've ever made that I think would look really good on me, I've never worn, which I think is hilarious. And they're probably the most sturdy and durable, so they won't break. And I actually learned recently how to make chain that doesn't break as easily either. And so now I'm like, I really want to make something for myself, but it's like really specific. Like I have the vision in my mind. I see it. I can taste it, and I can see it. Like, and I want to make it. I want to make sorry if you heard Logan laugh, but I want to make it. And I want to sketch it out first, because usually like these best pieces have always come out like before, like I've sketched it out beforehand. This one I did off of a tutorial. This one, I don't know if you could see it well. Maybe I'll come up to the camera like afterwards and do like a cool perspective shot. It's a sunstone, it's pink, and I did a YouTube tutorial off of that one. It was probably the most intricate and well made. Like most people would be like, ooh, that one was really like beautiful, you know, like because it was a tutorial. And this moonstone, it's like black and white. No tutorial, I was just freeballing that one. I was going for a UFO, and if you could see that, good for you. I love it. This geode and then this labradorite are probably, like, in my opinion, like, the labradorite's definitely the better of the two. But in my opinion, these two are my least favorite. Mainly the geode, it's not my thing. It's not my best work. I feel like you could see a lot of like I don't know, the frame. Like you could see a lot of the behind the mechanics of the pendant, if you know what I mean. And then the labradorite was also a tutorial, and it was the first one I've ever like wire weaved ever. It was a really cool learning experience, and it was the first one I showed my mom, and she was like, oh yeah, you're good at this. We're gonna go to the store and buy you some more wire, like, you know. And so that it was a really good one. And then this open one is probably like my personal favorite, not because of the wrap, but because of the stone. You can look through it. Like if you completely open your eye, put up to it, you could see through it, and it's so fucking dope. I really, you know, I love it. I love all of these, and I'm like, of course I would wear them if I didn't intend on selling them. And I'm like, well, maybe if I just make a pendant that I would wear, that's like for me, that I would wear like all the time, that will be like my staple piece. And the thing is that I've tried this before. Like, I've freehanded it, like, I've sketched it out, and they've always broken or fallen apart or gotten lost, you know, frustrated me, like, just snagged wrong, and then just pop, and then fucking jewelry everywhere, you know? It's just like things that were seen to be made for me that like aren't specifically bracelets. Bracelets are the only thing that are durable enough to withstand my lifestyle and not break and fall apart. If they're bangles. If they're bangles and they're like, there's no like chain that makes them, they're not falling apart. They usually last me the longest. If it's a ring, most likely we'll lose it or it will deteriorate because I don't use like real gold. I use like plated wire. And then the bracelets that I would make with chain would just fall apart. Like they would, like I would wear them for like 2 to 3 days and then they would break. And I'm like, I don't understand. Am I using the chain wrong? Am I making it wrong? Like they're just not sturdy. They're not durable, you know? And for me, at least. And then whenever my boyfriend wears the ones that I make him, he's a bulky guy. So whenever he moves around, he's very like, he's aggressive with his jewelry just like I am, is what I'm trying to say. And so when I'm thinking about this, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so if these are sturdy, right, and beautiful, and I just make, and I know now how to, I think I can make a chain that's like super nice, like a gold chain with like beads that are black. I want to sketch this out and discuss the topic as well, because like and probably throw in a little bit of jewelry talk. Sorry, I needed that. I've been gone. Last week I had school, but before that I was on Thanksgiving break. And sorry, before we jump into the spiritual soul talk, I want to talk about I was gone, and it's not like anyone's watching me, but like I did take a little break, and then during that break I was like, damn, all I want to do is just be home and record. And then now it's been a week of school and then I didn't have a chance to record. I dropped my pencil. And so I mean, it's been a long time since I've drawn. I'm ashamed to say it, but it's been a long time since I've like gone a pencil and paper and drawn anything but flowers or like plants. Plants are like the things that I doodle when I'm just like just fucking around. Anyway, and all I wanted to do was just film, you know, and I just haven't had a chance until now. So now I'm just like super talkative. So bear with me. This is gonna be a hard one to edit because I'm gonna be rambling a lot of stuff. And usually in post editing, I realize that I start a bunch of topics and then end them, and then it doesn't end anywhere. You know, it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm like, you know, to like a person that's like watching this sober, this isn't coherent. So I have to like cut out a bunch of stuff and like rearrange a bunch of things. So this is gonna be a lot. Anyways, I'm gonna get started here. So, the soul. We'll start off with the topic of the video, and if I have anything else random and weird to say, we'll just throw it in there. I believe the soul, right? Right now I'm reading Plotinus, right? And he is it's such an easier read than Lucretius. And he's definitely more mythical and like more into like the metaphysical, and Lucretius is like about atoms and physics and, you know, the world has to end someday. He's very materialistic. He's very like in the realm of senses. And then Plotinus is like, but like there's the realm of intelligence and then there's the realm of senses, and then we live on the realm of senses, and then our soul descends from like being pure and then gets into the body, and then you kind of become impure with like bodily desires, with like greed, with like temptation, and your soul kind of has to like fight for its purity a little bit by doing virtuous things, like, you know, being a good father, or, you know, praying, depending on what type of person you are, you know what I mean? And so, because of this, I'm like thinking, but why would the soul descend? I don't understand why. And he explains it, but not well, you know? This was written like 400 plus years ago. I'm not, and translated from like Greek or Latin, you know, so I just gotta do best with what I got. Hold on. The camera turned off. I don't even know where I left off. But, so, and there's other philosophers that I've talked about before, and that I've read about before, like in Plato, in the Fifth Dialogue, where Socrates explains that the soul is pure and mortal. I mean, immortal, and the body's mortal. And that basically means because the body is mortal and falls apart and deteriorates. But we just kind of got past 5th century animism and the concept that nothing can be created or destroyed. So when we get into that and keep that in mind, then you're like, well, there has to be some part of the body that lives on, right? And so there's the soul, and the soul's pure and divine, and so it lives on. It's indestructible. It can't be destroyed. So it just keeps going until it moves on to the next body. Well, Plotinus was like, well, God damn it, if it's pure and divine, then it has to descend to earth to be in immortal things, right? Like, to be in people. Now, this is where I derive from the philosophers entirely with my modern teenage girl brain, right? And when I say that, don't click off the video, alright? Stick with me here. Is that when we evolved as humans and our brains got bigger, and like, why, and you can apply this to any animal, not just humans. Imagine whales, elephants, humans, anything with big brains, right? The bigger the brain gets, the more it learns. Okay, we're back. Oh my god, Cloud threw up, and it was a big deal. It was a big deal, alright? And we were talking about, like, about the soul and shit, about, oh yeah, the different layers of consciousness, I'm pretty sure, like, as humans evolve, was the key to, like, us unlocking the soul. Like, there's obviously the pure and divine, right? And then us becoming conscious through evolution kind of had us tap into it. This is where I'm going into, like, kind of like Heraclitus's logos. You know, he kind of says that, like, logos is the divine, it's the logic, it's the mind, it's the way of the workings of the cosmos, and that humans have the possibility of tapping into it. That's what I'm kind of going with. Like, you kind of gain consciousness, and then humans discover things like mathematics and music and things that synchronize and that make fire and light and calculations that, or like the golden ratio, you know, things like that kind of prove and show that the universe uses logic, uses numbers, numerology, all this cool shit, scientific-y shit that I'm not gonna get into. I'm not, like, very knowledgeable on it. And because of this, that's kind of us tapping in to, like, the keys of the universe, kind of like the layers, the different understandings, the workings of it, through us basically banging on rocks and us being like, why does it sound like this? We just kept asking why after we gained the ability to ask why, which I think is reasoning, like the ability to ask why and be deductive about situations is reasoning, which is logos, which is translated like to logos. So when we kind of got that discernment, it almost unlocked the door, which is kind of like why I like some religious texts that say that, like, when, what was it, Eve bit the apple, like, it was knowledge. Like, humans kept evolving, we got knowledge, and then we got consciousness, and then now we just can't stop asking why. I'm gonna link a video, I want to try to put it up in the icons, I've seen those around, but I want you to look into the antler theory, where, like, I think it's like the great antlered elk of Ireland or something, where they had huge great horns and they just kept growing to the point where it actually caused these great elks extinction. And then humans are seeing the same thing with consciousness, like, we have these big horns that make us think, that make us logical, that make us adept and it just keeps growing bigger, and our capabilities just keep growing wider, and eventually that will kill us. And that's the theory, basically. And so, because I'm like, okay, well, simply having a bigger brain, we get these level highs of consciousness, we get these bigger capabilities of reasoning, and with reasoning we get to understand the universe that we're a part of. You may say, Maya, you haven't like drawn anything in a while. That's because when I talk I kind of get really distracted. It's hard for me to talk and draw, I realize, but I will finish this and literally show you the video at the end, you know. I also keep losing these pencils. Like, I take them out, I use them, and then something happens, and then I take it somewhere and I put it down somewhere, and then it's gone. Poof. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. This is the bear den. Welcome. Oh, not welcome. It's apartment 222. Thank you for coming to the bear den. The door is right over there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later, or next week, or next month. Who knows? Okay, bye.